Hello, good morning, student. So today we'll discuss about the Hole current. Now see, to explain the Hole current, and we are discussing the case of the semiconductor. So student, you know that in the case of the semiconductor, there exist two type of band. One is the conduction band and one is the valence band. So in general, you will find that the conduction band is empty, that is there are no free electrons are present in the conduction band, and we have valence electrons, and I am representing the valence electrons by A, B, C and D, and this dot, you can see 4 dots are there. So these dots are representing the valence electrons, and you know that these valence electrons, they are involved in making covalent bond. And see, there is a gap. So this gap is known as the forbidden gap. Forbidden gap, or this gap is represented by the symbol Eg, or it is known as energy band gap. Now see, energy band gap. Okay, so that means when you are applying sufficient amount of energy, this energy can be in the form of thermal energy or any other kind of energy, the covalent bond will break and will get when the covalent bond will break, then you will find that suppose the electron will get now sufficient amount of energy so that it can shift from valence band to the conduction band, and when it is shifting from valence band to the conduction band, then this electron, it becomes now free electron. This one now free electron. So this electron will takes part in the conduction process now. Now see, since we are discussing the case of the Hole current, so here we are more interested the formation of the hole. So how to explain it? To explain it, we need to understand these two cases. Now see, I have represented it by figure 1. So figure 1, you can see, again I am repeating, energy is plotted in electron volt. We have conduction band and valence band. In between the two band we have a gap. There is a forbidden gap. It is represented by the symbol Eg. G is the gap. It is the energy band gap, or simply it is known as the band gap. Conduction band, it don't have any free electrons below room temperature, and valence band has number of the valence electrons, but now these valence electrons are involved in covalent bond. Now what you are doing, now see, in the case of the figure 2, now see, energy is plotted again in electron volt, conduction band is there and valence band is there, and you can see there is a difference between the figure 1 and figure 2. Here see, it is A, B, C, D. Here we have 4 dots. Okay, but in the figure 2 you can see that here we have a vacancy. Now check it, a vacancy is there. That means when you are applying some amount of energy from outside, thermal energy, then the covalent bond, okay, that is the valence bond, those are involved in making covalent bond, they will break. Suppose in our condition here one covalent bond breaks. Okay, so what will happen? Now this electron has sufficient amount of energy. Now it can cross the gap between conduction band and the valence band. Clear? So now this electron from the position A, it will go to the conduction band and it will become free. Okay, now see, you got a free electron here, free charge carrier. Okay, so this charge carrier is the now electron. Now what is about this position, this gap? Okay, this gap is our hole or vacancy. Now what is a hole? Hole has the same magnitude of charge as that of the charge of the electron. Okay, and it also contribute the current in the semiconductor. Now see, at the position A, now you got a vacancy. So what you are saying, that this vacancy is the hole. Okay, now you got a hole. Okay, now see, at the position B, okay, it has a valence electron. It is also involved in the covalent bond. So now what will happen? Okay, because you are giving the energy. Okay, so again this bond will break. Okay, now this electron will come to this position. Okay, now this vacancy will be filled up and it will create one more vacancy at the position B. Again this covalent bond will break. Again the valence electron from the covalent bond will come to the position B. It will create one more vacancy here. Again a valence electron from the covalent bond will come to the position C. So this way this process will continue. So you can see that the electron is moving from D, then C, then B, then A. It is the direction of movement of the electrons. Again you can see that when you are applying the energy, then the covalent bond has got sufficient amount of energy and it breaks. As soon as it breaks, it creates a hole here or vacancy here. That vacancy is the hole, and hole has the same magnitude of the charge as that of the charge of an electron. Okay, now when this vacancy is created, what will happen next? That in the next case, a valence electron from the nearest covalent bond will break and it will come to the position A. Okay, now see, the electron is moving. That is this electron, we are saying it is the valence electron. Okay, it is moving from the D to C to B, then A. Okay, now what is the direction of the movement of the hole? Now see, at first hole was present at position A, now it is present at B, now it is present at position C, now it is present at position D. That means my hole is moving from A, B, C, D. So you can see that the direction of the movement of the electrons and holes are opposite to each other. Now you can say that in this case the hole is moving. Okay, one covalent bond will break. From that covalent bond, the electron will fill up this position. Again, one vacancy will be created. So this process will continue. Okay, as we can see that the holes are moving here due to the breaking of new covalent bond. So we can see that the movement of the holes will give us a current, and this current is the hole current. That means in semiconductor, in addition to that of the electron current contributed by the electrons, you will get another current, and its magnitude is very less. That is, the total current, that is I, is represented by IH plus IE, where I is the current due to the electron and IH is the current due to the holes. Now see, it is a total current. Now you can see that as IE is much more greater than IH. Okay, so in general case we say that the total current in the semiconductor, okay, that is contributed by the electrons only. Okay, but in more accurate representation, we have to write I total current is IH plus IE. Thank you.